Hi folks, Jason here. In this video we're going to be looking at quick rig, creating a quick rig and also creating some fingers to go on it. So without further ado, let's get going. So first of all, I'm going to go through to File. I've downloaded a model from Mixamo, and I've already stripped out the rig that was in there already, just so it's kind of prepared and ready for you there. So just press 6. There we are. So we've got our character, and basically what we want to do is you want to be in rigging. So if you're in modeling, go to rigging, go through to skeleton, and a few things will need open. So first of all, quick rig, and also human IK. So if it doesn't open automatically, go to skeleton and human IK, and also alongside that you will need, go to Windows, you'll need the outliner. So basically this will show where all our joints are and things like that. I'm just going to put this to the side. Okay, so without further ado, let's get going. Now we're not going to do the one click, we're going to go step by step. That way it gives us more control. So I'm going to go to step by step, click on the plus sign, plus again, we've got the shape there. Now I'm going to go to create update with the guides. Give it a second. There we go. So we've got our point. So basically, we've got our little points, and this is our opportunity just to sort of take a minute just to reposition these, because some of it is a little bit off. The computer's trying to sort of take a guess of where these things are. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but once you kind of position one, and again, you can use the orthographic views as well. So you could use, for example, you could use like a view like that. Do it that way. You could even do a side view as well. So we'll go to something like that to position it that way. Go back to perspective view. Once you've done that, you can use these buttons here. This basically, whatever change you make on the on the right will go to the left. Whatever you make on the left will go to the right. So I made a change on the left here, so we'll send it over to the right, and that will now make an adjustment to that. So that's fine with that. The elbow's completely out of whack, so I'm going to move that into a better position. So something like that. It just needs to be sort of sitting roughly in the middle of it. Again, click on the button there to change it over to that elbow there. I might just raise these up a little bit. Again, make that adjustment there. Like so. And then we've got the feet. Now these kind of look okay, actually. That looks all right. I might just have a quick look at the knees. I'm going to go to the right. And I think we could be getting ready to do the rig. Okay, so, all right, let's go with that. I've got the elbows, done the knees, looked at that. Head looks okay. Right, go through to skeleton rig generation, create. Okay, so that's all looking all right so far, but of course we don't have any hands, and this is where we're going to build the hands. So if you go to the human IK, you'll see here, if I go through to definition, you'll see the entire body and all the joints will correspond with all of these parts. Yep, you can see there. But what we're looking at specifically is the hand. If you do this little drop down here, it'll show the hand there. Before we make any changes to the model, we're going to need to unlock it. Now, it might do something a bit weird. It might actually move like the legs out and move the shoulders up. We can readjust those. That's not a problem. So I'm going to click unlock. It'll give me a warning. Just say yes. There we go. So it's moved them down. That's fine. What we'll do is I'm going to move that down to there. Do the same on the other side. Do the same thing with, and we've got the knees here like that. I might just go into the side view. And again, it's just a bit of tweaking really. So look at the knees. Knees are still looking okay. I'll just go through to the perspective view. Okay, but apart from that, it's kind of looking like it was at the beginning. So we're ready to start putting in the joints. Now, what will happen is once I put the joints in and we join the fingers up to the main body, we're then going to basically turn this back to locked, and then we're going to drop in the rig again, the control rig. Then after that, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to go to skinning, update it, and we'll have a fully working character, of course, without skin weights. And if anyone hasn't watched my video on skin weighting, I do advise that you do that on my YouTube channel and also on stream. Anyway, without further ado, let's go and start creating some joints. So I'm going to move over to where are we? Move over to here. To move that over for the time being, and we're going to double click on the joint tool. You need to make sure that in the joint settings that it's set at projected centering. Yeah, the rest of it you don't need to worry about. Just make sure it's on that. Click off that, and then basically you can start creating some joints. So usually just do 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. Like so. Once you're done, hit enter. Now if at any point you want to readjust these, you can click on them, move them around, not an issue. Yeah, so some of it might be a little bit off, so you might just want to isolate them, take a bit of time. Once you've done that, go back to joint and start clicking. So get the get the angle that you want. Then we'll just go click, click, and click, hit enter, and then do the same with the rest of them. So click on the joint tool again. I'm probably going to have to make some adjustments before we go any further. Go back to the joint tool. Okay, and we'll just have a look here. Now that's not looking too bad. If I go back to the select tool, I think that's pretty much all right, really. Could just raise them up a little bit. You could have a look at the front view. Let's have a look at that. Well, there's the knuckle there, so maybe it needs to be something more like that. So if we go back to the perspective view, sorry, move that back there. So what I'll do is I'll just, it's a little bit of it's a bit fiddly, but let's just see what we can do here. Again, do the best you can with what you've got. And I might just try it from this angle. So I think all it needs doing really is just pulling up a little bit like so. Okay, so once you are happy with that, what we need to do now is need to mirror it over to the other side. So I'm going to go through, and essentially what we're going to do is we're going to click on the thumb, and then we're going to go through to skeleton, and then we're going to go through to mirror joints. Now before we do, just click on the square there, make sure it's set at YZ, not XY, and also type in left to right, because we're going from the left to the right. Yep. So click mirror. Now hopefully that's shifted a finger over there. That looks all right. And I might need a bit of tweaking, but apart from that, that's looking all right. And then we'll do the same with the other fingers. Are looking a-okay. Right. So what we're going to do next is we need to connect this up, and this is where the human IK comes in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this over, and we need to just take a look at this. So again, if you want to find out where it is, you're going to click on here. So we're going to be doing the left to start off with, and we get a readout there. But before we just get to the hand, one of the things that we're going to need to do before that is we're going to have to attach the joints to the hand. So how we do this is pretty simple. Click on the hold down shift and select the joints like so, so you can see them there. Now we will need to find out where the hand is. So if we click on the plus sign here and just keep clicking on the plus sign until we get to the spine, and then we're going to unlock these all the way. And you'll see there we've got the right hand and also we've got the left hand as well. So with these selected for the left hand, what we do is we go and find out where the left hand is, which is there. Now this bit's quite tricky. Click and hold with the middle mouse button. And then drag to where it says left hand and let go. You can see there now it's created the link. Yeah, I'm going to do the same on the other side. Shift and just select all the joints. You'll see them there. And again, like before, click and hold with the middle mouse button. We'll go to the right hand there and let go. And hey presto, we've got our links. So that's all great. The next thing we need to do is we need to basically tell the program that these are attached. And the way that we do that is we do this through the IK rig, because you can see there in these elements here, it's not recognizing it. There's a little exclamation mark. So what I'm going to do is going to click on that, and simply what we do is we go through to the hand, and we're going to double click on the thumb like that, and then go and select the end of the thumb layer, and you'll see there it turns red. Double click on the next joint, click on that next part of the joint there. Let's see, let's get in there a little bit more. Let's try that again. There we go. Double click on the next one, click on there, and then they should all turn green. Then we do the same with the rest of the joints. Double click, click on there, double click, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's all looking good, and then we're going to do the other side. So again, we'll come out of that, we'll go to the right hand. Okay, so that's all good. We've got all those in there. They should now be registered. If we just go back through to the, it's not showing at the moment because we haven't quite finished yet. So I'm going to go back now, move that out of the way. Just down there so we can get a proper look. So all the joints are looking all right. So I'm going to give it the once over. Just make sure everything is as it should be. All the joints are as it should be. And then once you're kind of happy with it, we're then going to go to lock the selection, like so, and then we're going to build the control rig. So fingers crossed this works. Hey presto, there we are. So I'm going to go down to where it says skinning, create and update. Give it a second. And now if we move in, and I'll just grab hold of that hand, and hey presto, we've got our working model. We've got all the parts of it that seem to be working, the knees, that's all looking good. And we've got the head. Again, let's do a little rotate on there. That's all tickety-boo. Now it's actually not too bad, even without any skin weighting. So that's pretty good going, really. So, but anyway, let's just undo that. The main thing is we know that's going to work. That's a given. It's the fingers. Now, what we've got going on here is if we click on the ends here, say, to go to one of these controls, you can see that there now. It's actually working not too bad. Now, you know, bear in mind, it's not been weighted yet, but even so, that's still not bad going in terms of, like, you know, if you wanted to just get a character, you know, not even for animation, but let's say you just wanted a character to say, you know, to be holding a weapon or something like that, you know, just for sort of posing or doing whatever. This is ideal. You know, it's relatively quick to do. I mean, how long has it taken me? It's just under 20 minutes. You could probably do it a bit quicker. And, you know, and hey presto, you know, you've got a character that you can put into a scene. You can make your own characters, of course, or you could, you know, get a character offline if you just kind of want to use it for reference, you know, for anatomical purposes, things like that. But it's you know, it's a pretty cool way of creating sort of 3D, posable 3D characters, you know. So just in the sort of final minutes, you know, you could certainly have a character like this, where you kind of, you know, you can put like have the character in a pose, some description like that. Have the character looking round. You know, it beats just having like a static character, you know, without any kind of you know, life in them. So and of course, you know, it's probably advisable to do, you know, to do a bit of sort of skin weighting on it, you know, just to have a look at, you know, playing around with that, because obviously it needs skin weighting. You've got, you know, otherwise you'll kind of have issues with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it really, folks. So hopefully you found this video useful. You know, you can use it either, you know, obviously for animation purposes, or you know, for doing concept art and things like that. And I think it'd be a really useful tool for you going forward into the future. So that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. And if you've got any problems, of course, drop me a line and I'll be sure to help. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye for now.